Well, let me tell you why millions of college students around the country, around the world, are going to be relapsing this Christmas season. Really, it's this Christmas break. It's neuroscience. It's neurochemistry. What's happening inside their brains? Here's why. A lot of them have been working on getting free from corn. A lot of them have been in great and good and godly communities where they have seen victory from their past sin struggles. And here's what's happening: they're going home. They're going back to the birthplace of their addiction. They're going to go stay in mama and daddy's old house where they grew up and they developed these addictions. And it's going to hit them hard because as soon as they lay their head down at night in that bedroom, in their old bed that they grew up in, or in that old house that they used to pursue that sinfulness, that release, it's gonna take back over. Those neural pathways are gonna start firing because they walked back into that situation. They never replaced it with anything else. They walked back into that situation. Here's a couple of tips that I give my guys. One, don't sleep in the same room you grew up in as a kid. I know that sounds crazy, but if that's where you came of adolescence and you developed your corn addiction, which most of them developed it around 11 to 13 years old, studies show that they've seen it earlier, but their literal addictions they developed sooner than that. Don't stay in that room. If you have to stay in that room for some reason or another, or you aren't man enough to say, hey, I want to sleep somewhere else, rearrange the furniture. I'm not talking about like Eastern feng shui, like get the vibes of the room going. I'm going, you're training your brain that something's different here. That we're not 14-year-old teenage boy going back to his old ways with his phone at night in his room with the door closed. You're a grown man now. So change things up and then have connections with real men who are trying to fight the fight with you. And that's going to take you humbling yourself and saying, hey, I'm going to need help this Christmas break. If you're watching this right now, you're probably thinking, is that really true? Is that really going to happen? Just if you've been in the fight, watch. You are most likely going to relapse if you don't do the things that I said, and you're going home for Christmas break. If you do relapse over Christmas break, oh, hey, I'll give you a chance. See victory for the next 3 weeks. 4 weeks till January. Just do it. Just don't walk in sin. Don't look at corn. Don't masturbate. Don't do anything for the next 4 weeks. If you do have a relapse, reach out for help. Can we make that agreement right now? Make that promise with me. If you don't want to take that risk, ask for help right now. Get some guys that are going to talk to you daily, if not multiple times a day, where you can know, man, I'm not going to do this while nobody's looking tonight, because I know I'm going to have that phone call with my boy tomorrow, and I don't want to tell him what happened tonight. So take this for what you will. That is the reason why so many people are going to relapse this holiday break. And the sadness about it is 1 John 3, that's the reason Christ came. He appeared to destroy the works of the devil. Sin in your life has been crushed and paid for, and you can walk in that freedom. However, you have to accept it by faith, and then you have to do the things, put the things in place, and put to death the sin that's in your life. But remember, your brain has been trained when you step back into that old environment to only go one direction. So change your environment. If you can't change your environment, change your connections in that environment. Hope that's help. I do pray you see victory. If you relapse, the Lord loves you, brother. Reach out for help. It's time to put it to death. Check out some of our other videos that are popping up here about guys that have seen freedom. I'd love to get your thoughts and opinions on them in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.